Yo, what's happening? How we doing? Happy Friday. Hope you're really good. So welcome to show 390. That's mental. Today we're going to be talking about rules, what rules bring to your life, how rules work in your life, how rules can set you up, okay? And how do we implement rules, okay? How do we manage them? That's what we'll get into, okay? So welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Boardman, and if you are coming through, please do hit the love heart button. Please do comment in the comments below if you have set any rules for yourselves. Is there any rules that you particularly live by? Are rules something you would like to implement? Are rules something you're struggling to implement? Just something about whether you struggle. I think it's just cool to be able to share it with everyone, and then everyone can kind of get a really good take on like what everyone else is doing. So when we talk about rules, I sometimes feel like there is a negative reputation about rules, because rules just end up sucking the life out of fun, right? In some respects they do, right? So I kind of feel like when I hear about all rules and policies, I straight away switch off. Okay, straight away switch off. But a lot of rules, law and order, it keeps all society in place, right? It keeps order within society. It gives a very specific guideline into the things that you can do and you can't do, okay? So really, if we take that ethos and that theory and we put it into our lives, and we built our lives around building rules, then actually we could probably actually create some order in our own lives. And that's what rules are about. They're about creating order. They're about creating guidelines for us. And I've written 5 things here that I really feel that rules bring to us. Okay. So I'm going to go through these 5, and then I'm going to go through this model behind me in terms of how these can help us with here, right? So if you're just joining us, we're going to be talking about rules. What I want you to do in the comments as part of your as part of your morning sort of challenge is, in the comments, put whether you have any rules that you live by to share with the guys and girls. Put any rules that you kind of feel like you should be adding into your life, or if you struggle to implement rules or carry on or be consistent with rules, put something in the comments below in terms of your own self-development. All right, so let's look at rules here. So the first one is discipline. Discipline is having the ability to do what you must do even though you don't want to do it, right? When we create a rule in terms of our own lives, man, that only enhances and strengthens the discipline muscle that's going on in here. Because rules, again, bring that order, they bring that guidelines, they bring that direction, and that is what we're trying to achieve, right? So if you are on a weight loss journey and you're trying to lose 3 stone or reduce cholesterol or reduce blood pressure, having discipline is really cool, but having rules is also really important. So i.e., you don't go over your calorie count, or you don't eat certain foods, or you don't drink out. So your rule might be, I only drink on a Friday night. My drinking rule is I only drink on a Friday night, right? Okay. Rules build non-negotiables. So non-negotiables are things that you don't quit on, or you don't say no to. So for example, my rule is that I will never press snooze. Why? Because there is no snooze button on my phone. So my rule is always, as soon as the alarm goes, straight up, straight down. Not even if you dawdle for a second, then you get lured into the comfort and the temptation of staying into bed, into the distraction, right? If you said that you were going to go to the gym, then the rules are always that you do what you said you were going to do. Okay, you're always going to go to the gym. You're always going to perform as an elite operator, not as an average operator. Okay, non-negotiables take the way our mindset works from an average mentality to an elite mentality. Discipline, non-negotiables, bang, and they all come off the back of setting rules for ourselves, right? Standards. When we create rules, we're basically creating standards for ourselves. So if those rules are not very strong, if they're not really going to change anything that's in your life, okay, then we're never really pushing the standards. So if you are going on a 30-day no drinking period of time, you have to create that rule. That right, the rule here is that there is no alcohol in the house. And I think that allows you, right, to be able to have that standard. That's the standard. If there's booze in the house, then there's temptation. Okay, but you set that high standard to say, right, I do not even want that in the house. Okay, I don't want booze in the house. And it's the same with exercise and training. It can be the same with things that are in your business. It's that you don't always go past a certain point in terms of the working time. So for me, I stop most of my work at 2:30. That's the rule. So that I then go into dad mode. That's the standard. Bang. Okay. The next one is solutions to CAF. So CAF is chaos, anxiety, and frustration. Okay. We feel chaos, we feel anxious, we feel frustration. When we have rules in our life and we set standards, we set non-negotiables, we set discipline on our route from A to B, and whatever that B is, whatever your goals are, having all of those things stops the chaos. Okay, it stops the anxiety, it stops the frustration. And when we're not performing in a CAF mindset, we end up becoming calmer, more meticulous, more clinical with our time, with ourselves. We become structured, well organised, and we're able to show up at that elite operator level rather than that average operator level, right? And then the last one there, it builds values. It builds your own values about what you believe in and what you stand for. And you might have been that person that always would go out for a beer after work, always drinking until 8 o'clock at night, coming back late. You might be the guy that used to always work and always put all of your energy and effort into work. And actually what you've done over the years is built, years, that's a long time, over the weeks and months is built values. So that actually, no, I don't do that anymore. This is my value. This is what I value most. My family. I value my health most. So I'm going to go to the gym. So I value my career. So I'm going to do the work that needs to be done and not go past that period of time, right? Now, if you think about all of these things that rules bring, let's look at it in a practical sense. So really, there are so many different distractions out there. Might be better this side. So many different distractions out there. Okay, so our journey, okay, is always on this one here. Okay, we're trying to get to here. This is like the goal. This is the vision. This is what we want to achieve. This is how. This is what's going to make our life better by achieving this goal. It's either going to be a weight loss goal. It's going to be a business goal. It's going to be a career goal. It's going to be a personal development goal, whatever it might be. And we need to get there, but there are all these distractions. Okay, poor time management, social media, average mentality, porn, booze, busy schedules, excuses, toxic people, dramas. There's all of these people lying in wait on this ambush, ready to attack you on your path. Boom, 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 boom. The things that rules do, rules provide cover. Going into literature, they provide cover, protection. So when we build discipline, non-negotiable standards, solutions to our CAF, values, when you get ambushed, a lot of the time, there's always this level of protection here, because in your brain, you are slowly building up these non-negotiables, this discipline muscle, the standards that you set yourself in here. So all of the work that we do, all of the work that I do with my clients, all the stuff I keep getting them to go harping on to them about in terms of morning routine, structures, systems, all of these things are all built around rules. And rules are almost like the cement that goes between all of them, everything that you're working on, to make it stronger, to bind it stronger, to give you the protection you need from all of these distractions. I'm sure there's like hundreds of other distractions here. But rules build that discipline, non-negotiable level of standard where this is the only thing that you see. And every now and then there might be a crack in the wall, you might get distracted, but then it's about coming back, all right? So rules are not, in that sense, all doom and gloom. They're there designed to set the standard, to help you get to B, to then go on to C, to then go on to D, and continue your journey in your chapter. All right, guys, hope that makes sense. Hope you have a great weekend, and I'll catch you Monday, ready to go.